Hey, give me a minute. I'm setting things up. Let's get some music in here. Okay. We're going to try this and see if it works. If that camera doesn't fall. I don't like the backdrop of this. You can see into so much. Don't you dare fall. But now you can't see the cards. Whatever. We're just gonna go with it. See where this goes. March 9th, 2022. Why do my lips look so red? They don't warn you. No wonder. I was setting up the video earlier and I'm like, why are my lips so red? Thank you. It was a breathe card. I don't like being in front of the camera, so I'm going to pretend that you're not there. And I'm going to be probably looking at the cards a lot. And this is a test run to see if I can actually do this with the awareness of this thing staring at me and me not staring at a person while doing this. Usually when I'm doing this and the camera is facing down, I have a mirror or something that is focusing my attention. But this is something else, buddy, old pal. All right, you asked me to do this. The camera's glitching already, so this message is a test message. I don't know what's gonna come through. I don't know who it's for, any zodiac sign or anything. It's just been this urge to, like, this message to do a video in front of the camera, and just to have something on me. So I'm doing as the good Lord asks, honoring the ones that came before. Do you know, I recently discovered a couple of past lives. I wasn't even looking for them. And for 3 weeks, I know I've been telling you I've been feeling really afterglowy. That's what I've been looking for, to see if my aura looks the way I feel it to look. And it does. Something is definitely going on. And it's not just with me. It's it's like a peace against fear. It's not going into it with, it's a different, softer courage. It's a different, softer bravery. Instead of the warrior mentality bravery, it's more I don't even know. Like, I'm literally not even trying to get dressed up, but whatever I'm doing seems to amplify, which seems to be Jupiterian energy. And the past few weeks have been really soft, but not because there hasn't been stuff going on. It's just been very ethereal, very, just, it's kept just away from me, to where I know what's going on, but I'm not involving myself in it. I can't even if I wanted to. There's a very big sense of motherly, grandmother, fairy godmother energy that I've been picking up on around the world lately. And I know there's a bunch of weird stuff going on, I think, over in Russia and somewhere, Ukraine, I don't know. I honestly don't have a television with cable, so I don't see the news unless it's somewhere on YouTube, and I don't click it. I mean, I probably should know what's going on in the world, but I feel so much already that I don't really want to tune into it in the media aspect. What I've been sensing planet-wise is it's like a shaking of dust, but the dust is illusion. It's almost as if people are realizing that they're watching a movie instead of watching reality, and in the process they're creating themselves, and they're being distracted from creating themselves by focusing on the world stage, which is just a stage, which you play a role on a stage. And personally, what I've discovered recently, what's been brought to my attention, is we're creating ourselves while we're here. So with the past selves and the present selves, and then whoever we are in the future selves, this is a past life that's happening right now. And then it becomes a present life every time we click into it and make a decision. Which is probably why people say, we're walk-ins, or we're looking at a matrix in the time, or ancestor simulation or something. But really, I think we were brought back from the dead to recreate ourselves again. I've been getting a lot of messages of ascension being something other than what people think it is, and it's really coming back to life, because where we are here is the underworld. I mean, that's where Gaia is. And the breath of life was breathed into the universe, into this construct that was made by Father God, this entire reality. And then, Gaia pops in here, and then the breath of life and all that stuff. But there's a place outside of here. This is just the womb. And the messages of this pregnancy stuff have been coming up so much, and I've been feeling it so much, everywhere, that I'm starting to think it's a global pregnancy, like the earth is giving birth to itself, but by coming out of its old shell. So it's, how they say the new earth? I don't think it's a new earth. It's the same earth. It's just shifting into a new self without deception. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's been a lot of copy pastes everywhere. Everywhere, not just from my channel, but people stealing from other people's channels. And it's so absurd. And it's seen by God. It's seen by the cosmic courts and all of that. So they're dealing with it. But in the meantime, the originals, I think you guys have a name for them, where you call them the royals or the chosen ones or the 144,000 or the source players, whatever. The people that are slightly more evolved, they're kind of being kept in this storm, and around the storm is the world stage. It's a very odd feeling, and a message I've been getting to share with you. So I'm not really sure what exactly it means, because I see it from a completely different point of view as the messenger. But there's a massive, massive upgrade or go away energy in the world. It's as if humanity is going to start knowing that. It's so weird being on camera. It's so weird. I can feel so much hesitation and so many eyes on me. Think about it this way. People have been living in the shell of who they were and who they were taught to be. When you're your real self, you break out of that old self, and then you have that moment of grief over a lost version of you, which is a message that came through when I did the video, A Promise Kept by Gaia, about grieving for your previous versions. What we're going through now is going to be a previous version of who you are in just a couple of weeks to months to this year. 2022, 6, and then it goes to 2023, which is a 7. Which means a divine source connection with everybody, not just people, huddling up to card readers or gurus or coaches, but knowing it in themselves. Each of their little threads of light being reignited, rekindled. And it's, oh my God, it's insane. If this message that I'm sharing with you, and I've been asked to share with you, in any way is experienced on the spectrum of extremes to very passive to extremely passive, like nothing happens and it's just another day. I'm being asked to ask you to please make a version of yourself, the real version of you, and start doing what you can. For me today, it was just playing with eyeliner and mascara, and apparently getting my lips stained by Fago. Doing something that brought me out of my comfort zone. A lot of weird legal stuff I had to deal with today, and I did it better than I thought I would handle it. Because I made myself be aware that the person I was is the person I was. Even the person I was yesterday. That person's a ghost now. Everything she went through is a memory that's going to fade at some point into an emotion, and then into just a faded recollection of something, a memory of a memory. And in this version today, it'll be the same way, and then tomorrow another version. For me, I can fluidly go through it. I can feel it, let it go, move through it. But for other people, it might seem like a reality shock to see yourself and to see the old version of you, but to see this new version of you coming through as well, even with just daily habits. I mean, everybody is a completely different person if they wake up at 6 a.m. to if they wake up at 9 or at 12. The entire day goes different. And if they stay on that routine for all that time, they embody that behavior and that personality, that wavelength. So it might seem like a shock to a lot of people, when the real you starts peeking out. When the hair starts going really gray, when your old clothes don't fit anymore, when suddenly there's news of like a bunch of babies being born everywhere, people conceiving, and you have all these new abilities and gifts popping up, and you have to train them, and then you have to learn how to do different things, and the old things just don't work anymore. They just don't at all. So do your best to mother yourself. I've been getting that message so much. Mother the world, mother the world. Okay, well, I guess I need to start drinking more water and taking my own advice and going out and playing in the sun and talking to you like a person instead of channeling to your God spark through the tapestry. Because the way I've been doing it, it needs to change as well. I've been reading cards to you guys in a way where we skip the ego veil and I talk to your soul behind the veil. And then that message gets relayed to you over time, appropriately to you whenever you have those epiphanies. It's kind of like sowing seeds of what you're going to need to know eventually once you go down certain paths. Messages from my videos probably pop up in your mind like, oh my God, I remember Celeste said that. Like, yeah, my readings probably don't make sense to you on the time you're watching them, but a year down the line, 2 years down the line, you're like, oh my God, wow. So if I do them this way, where I'm talking to you, at least to you, it seems like I'm talking to you. To me, I'm awkwardly talking to a little camera and a glitchy screen that keeps glitching. I don't even know what's wrong with it. Like the screen just keeps going sideways and then stops. I think it's called screen tearing. I need a computer nerd. Anyway, it's so distracting when the thing glitches. If I speak to you this way, I think it puts your ego mind to rest so that you can actually hear messages. Even if I don't show you the cards, I think if you make that human connection, that physical, I'm a person, messenger thing, you might hear it with more compassion and more love the way it's intended. But when you're looking at hands and you're hearing like the voice of God or whatever coming through me, or goddess, and then you're being scolded and you're being told what to do, it's scary. It's intimidating. I mean, if I was a kid, if I was a grown up, if I was an old lady or old man, And I've listened to some of my videos. It's a lot of deep messages, like messages that should be in a seminar type of auditorium, to a classroom, not to random people on YouTube that probably have no idea what the fuck's being talked about. And then those that do either do good with it or bad, and then the karmic baggage is like shared in so many different fucking ways. It's absurd. Like, no, thank you. So I'm gonna start looking into how to do Patreon stuff. So maybe I can put those deep channeled messages and those heavy card readings on there instead. I don't really want to put information behind a paywall for you, so I don't really know how to do that because it just doesn't feel right. But at the same time, I want to clean up the channel and I don't know, see where else this ridiculous journey takes us. I just Things are changing, and my role here is being made very clear to me. And it's not one where I can deliver the message to you properly if you're not feeling like this when you're with me. If you're feeling negative about me and then you're not hearing the message, then I'm failing at my job. So I need to change the way I bring these messages to you, because there's a lot of gossip and there's a lot of bullshit in the world, especially about me. And I'm not even going to bother, going through it again. Some of you guys know exactly all the crap I've been through, most of it at least. So instead of trying to play the copycat wars game, we're just going to do things differently here. My role isn't to be part of your groups or part of your cliques, part of any brotherhood or sisterhood or secret society. That's just not my role. My role is not to be your guru or your coach or your, astrologer. That's not my job. I can do those things for you. Absolutely. I can passionately life coach you into your, yourself. But there's a time and place for it. My job is to create a place for you, at least one of my jobs, where you feel at home, where you feel comfortable, and your flaws and your imperfections and your gossip and your everything else doesn't matter. It's like neutral sacred space, a neutral sanctuary among the internet, so to speak. A global tavern, you know? That's what the TheStarKindler channel and stuff is supposed to be about. Or at least seems to be, it's supposed to be about. Originally, when I started this, it was just me talking to a freaking camera and showing you around places or whatever. And then flipping cards, and then channeling started, and then all weird shit started, and then, ew, you know? Like, that's not what I wanted to do at all. At all. But apparently, I have a voice, and I need to use it. So, I can't believe how red my lips are because of that Fago. You're a dork, but I love you. So, yeah, that's another thing in video games. I don't know how many of you play video games, but I remember something someone told me in a game called Arcade a long time ago before it went to complete shit. And I guess I'll tell you because clarity card. In Arcade, you could develop, like, create little land spaces to where you could decorate them and put plants and trees and stuff. And there was a thing called a pavilion where you would build a structure and a bunch of people had to work together to build it. And you could put a bunch of public service type of crafting stations there. So when I was with you know who back then, I had set up so much time and effort into that game to create this massive place in one of the game map zones. And I would spend hours decorating and redecorating and planting and replanting and creating this like beautiful in-game sanctuary. And people would show up and just sit there for hours, just sitting there. Like their character was logged in and they would just putz around, sit there, walk around, click things, harvest things, and then I would replant, and it was so beautiful. It was so amazing, to me at least. And one of them sent me an email once, an in-game letter. I guess it's an email in the game, saying how much that little place in the game had helped him not hurt himself because of how stressed he was at work and how messed up his life was at the time. That this little piece of sanctuary, he called it in the video game, which is a PvP, like player versus player based video game, and I was the only place with this little, nobody fighting here thing. And he would say how peaceful he felt being there. In the recent few weeks, I've been remembering that a lot, and God's been telling me and showing me all the peace around me all the time. All the time. It's like I'm constantly in this nap, like I'm just napping. I'm cozy. I'm fluffy and I'm squishy and glowy and I'm just, I don't know. I don't know. But I think I'm supposed to share it with you because I can feel that this peace in my life is overflowing greatly, greatly. Like to the neighborhood, to the neighbors, to their homes, to their lives, to the building. Everything is just being upgraded. And the more peaceful I feel, and the more I seem to just, I mean, really not give a flying hoot. I seem to be more somehow myself. It kind of went all around the place, didn't it? I'm supposed to share this with you so that you can be yourself and feel comfortable to be yourself. I have no claim over doing makeup accurately or properly. I have no claim over making good jewelry. I have no claim over, I claim my life, But having skill over these things, wanting fame and fortune and like all that, no. If I even had $1 million, the first things I would do with it is buy houses for my family members and buy some land and grow a forest. Probably live in a trailer on there. I don't care. A little cottage somewhere. Fine by me. Is everyone else taken care of too? Great. I'll be over there smoking a bong. So I guess this is what God wanted me to talk to you about, so that you can kind of get to know me in a goofy way. Because some of you guys think I'm like this terrible person and that I'm sitting here plotting or just like wasting away and I'm, isolated or so alone and I'm just so miserable. And like there was a time, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, there have been points in my life where I'm like, I'm still alive. I woke up again. What? So yeah, I've been there. I mean, God, I've even wished for death. I even tried to manifest it for myself. It did not work, like at all. God was just laughing at me, like, "Are you done?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then the near-death experiences I have had, that some of which I've talked about, He's always been there, like, "Are you done?" And I'm like, "Oh, I thought I was dead." He's like, "You were. Let's go." So I have a really interesting point of view on life. I'm really close with God, like really, really close. So when you guys think really weird stuff about me, my mind wanders and then it's like, what did I do? I get so paranoid. I start coming up with like, what if they mistook what I said for that and then this and then that? Because I'm so naive and freaking gullible. Like I'm learning how to be this imposing, not tired, not sleepy, and properly nourished person. I'm learning how to be that. But to me, I'm just a little kid next to God's lap. I don't know what any of this is. Most of the time I feel so silly even doing videos. Like I feel like I should be somewhere taking care of, preschool kids or teaching in like first grade or something, or growing a garden somewhere. I like decorating a home for people and like maintaining a good home. So I don't know why this is all happening in my life. And the version of me you guys see, I'm flattered because that bitch is a powerful, powerful bitch that you guys see in me. And I see her too sometimes. But some of you know everything I've been through. So for me to even be sitting here in front of you doing this, it's a lot. It's a lot. And then to do it with missing teeth, like kudos me, Just recognize to discern the message from the messenger, please. Because I'm squishy. I'm super squishy. Anyway, I don't even know what to call this video. What else can I tell you? Oh, I don't know what to label this channel under categories. I mean, we've energy work, friggin' superpowers, Gnostic things, all these weird conspiracy theories, and I'm tapped into everything. So, Oracle? I don't know. I don't like labeling myself. I don't like calling anything. I'm just here to light the spark for you guys so you guys can light each other's sparks too. So, back to what I was talking about earlier with this channel. I'm not going to be part of I mean, I'll do collaborations with you guys if you ever want to, but I'm like officially excluding myself from Card Readers Anonymous because you guys are a feisty bunch of people that are gifted and talented, but at the same time, there's a lot of female jealousy and female envy and gossip going around that community, and a lot of little covens and little this and little that. And I'm not in it for that at all. At all. My grandfather and my grandmother did not teach me and guide me to learn these things, to care about, you know, any of that stuff. And when I speak the messages from God and Gaia, I have to honor that. It has nothing to do with your exes or your baby daddies or your baby mamas. It has nothing to do with he said, she said gossip. And if you guys can listen to the messages outside of that filter, you would see how profound some of them are. So don't think that I'm trying to be part of your buddy buddy groups or that I'm trying to be, number one card reader. I'm not. I'm here to relay messages directly from God, Source, Gaia, the construct, and you outside of the construct so that you can get your lives more in shape and I can get, myself created somehow. I mean, we're all doing this together, right? So consider me the oracle of the group, I guess. the Wanda, the one that stays up in the fucking tower, and you guys only visit her once in a while to, see what the news is or whatever, globally and cosmically, with a different perspective on the stars and planets and ley lines and energy work and the Gnostic information that comes through and the planetary changes and energy shifts. They're all here in every video I make, but I don't label them that way. So I don't really care to categorize this channel in that way at all. But you guys get that information here. So what I'm going to do is make it more of a known, like not a segment, but like when something's channeling through me and I can hear in the back of my mind and I can see it, that it's multifaceted and it's going to, global, specific, etc. I'll make a better point to relay that information to you. It's so hard for me to see the camera, so I'm sorry if my eyes are like looking all over the place. Anyway, plus I don't like looking there at all. I need to put a little sticker right where the lens is. I can't even show you. Can you see it? See that little black thing right there? That's the webcam. It's really like I can't tell where the thing is on there because there's a big black box. Anyway, okay. So so yeah, you do get the energy updates here. You do get the single life, married life, relationship, whatever, career, and all that stuff here. You get it all here. You know that. I'll make a better point of giving you those messages separated, because the messages that come through, they're like one massive data dump from God through me to you guys, and it's usually spoken really quickly. So I'm going to do better in transmitting that to you guys in a more mentally edible kind of way. I hope that makes sense and it helps. What else? As soon as we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll be able to put a live stream on my phone, and we'll go outside and look at herbs and stuff. And I'll just take you to different parts. We'll take pictures and do cool things. But right now I'm bound to this webcam temporarily. What else can I tell you? I think that's it for now. We covered all of it, right? I should have made a checklist. What kind of a Virgo am I? Oh my God. You guys. Oh. Okay. If you guys want me to do those specific zodiac readings, like Aries, Leo, Sag, and all that, let me know, because I can do those daily, or every few days I can do all 12 and not make them like an hour long. If there's interest in you guys, like if you're interested in watching those, we can get more into like your specific individual aspects in those readings, I guess. And then the elemental readings are more of, I guess you'd have to study astrology a little bit, so I can explain those for you while we're doing them. I'm learning about them too, so we'll learn together. Because I really don't know much about astrology, but the messages that come through, they're very planetary. So I'm going to start learning Vedic and tropical, whatever. I mean, I should be able to read the stars. I'm called TheStarKindler. My name's Celeste, so derp. I can do more Reiki videos, and those magic workings, they're not black magic, they're not white magic, they're neutral magic to balance the scales. If you notice the titles, they're justice, truth, fairness, love, kindness, beauty, virtues, the aeons, to balance the scales of what's going on in the world. So those of you that think that there's black magic being done here, honey, baby, child, no. Black magic is amateurs play. Like, we don't do amateur things here. Okay? We sit with the fates. We weave the tapestry here. I don't need to light a candle to curse you or to bless you. I just need to unravel the bullshit you guys caused. And then the blessings and whatever will come towards you anyway. So, and my intention is never, ever, 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 ever to harm anybody. Anybody, ever. And it's never, ever, 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 ever my intention to steal anyone's energy. Ever. I'm just a really good fucking channel. So when you're on my channel and your energy comes through, I'm not stealing from you. I'm not copying you. I can feel you, and I'm not calling you out by name. I'm hoping you can recognize your own energy so you can see that that message is directly meant for you. Think about it, buddies. What else? I think that's it. Yeah. And those of you that did all that weird juju stuff on me and this channel and all that stuff, thanks. Because you bought me enough time to actually get the nerve to sit in front of the camera and do this. Much appreciated. But if you're going to keep sending me negative energy, please be aware that it turns into money for me. So you're just helping me. And I'm not held responsible for what my guides and ancestors and the team I work with, what they do. So mess with me at your own peril. Is that a word? Okay. Yeah. I mean, those of you that know me, I don't even have to explain this stuff to you. So you guys just, you know. Should I address any rumors? No. No, let them believe what they want to believe. I don't care. Yeah, I did it. I'll do it again. I don't know what I did. I think that's it. Hopefully I'll get a dog soon. Because Lily's like old and senile and she's just sleeping all the time. She's fine. She's healthy. She's playful. She's just a cat. And I want a wolf. And I did find a different dentist. So hopefully this one isn't going to deal with any kind of gang stalker stuff. Maybe I've just elevated out of that vibration completely. I mean, I followed the trail, and that's a whole other video. I followed the trail, though. Let me tell you where it led me. Anyway, I don't really like this eyeliner. It's liquid. I lost my pencil one. And I think my hair is going white. Okay, I've been holding this card deck for 44 fucking minutes. Oh, 44. That's neat. I need a necklace. God dang, I have a long torso. Do I? Or am I just used to being covered up? I think I'm just used to being covered up. Jesus Christ, man. I spend my time in a fucking hoodie and jeans so much. Ugh. Why do I look so pale? Am I glowing again? God dang it. Jesus, turn the light bulb down. I swear to God, I don't even have any fucking foundation on. What the fuck? I wonder. I've been eating so many strawberries. I think. Oh, you are what you eat. That's why I look so different skin toned. Because I was pale as hell a few days ago. I think it's my aura I'm noticing. Again. Venus. Okay. Okay. I'm doing it. I'm getting it. Outer core and heart. 11, 12. How many times do I need to shuffle this deck? I think some of you are moving. Sorry, I'm trying really hard to not move my upper lip. I can't do this right now. This means upgrade your outer shell, and it also means some of you are about to be mothers. No, not again. This is I'm going to describe to you exactly what I'm saying because I cannot have this just be in my own head. There's Venus from the depths of the ocean crawling out from the bottom of the depths, coming all the way to the top, covered in sand, covered in sea kelp, and all these different things, right? The pearl of the sea. It's coming out of there, it's going up on the shore, and then lo and behold, somebody shows up and like, here you go, here's the baby in the house and the dog. By the way, the baby's hungry, needs a diaper change. And back into the water she goes.